Good morning. We're going on an adventure in that. This is my 2010 F-150 Raptor. I've got it built out so that I can pretty much live in here. We'll be sleeping in here, cooking with the truck, and we are headed to the UP of Michigan. This weekend there's an event there called LSPR, Lake Superior Performance Rally. It's arguably probably some of the best rally in the Midwest. They have some awesome stages there. We're going up to chase a couple of my buddies around who I've met through various automotive events through the years. Hopefully get some good photos for them. Long story short, I used to do content full-time for a living, and I really neglected recording any of my own stuff because it just felt like I was working all the time, and I really was working quite often, and it made filming my own stuff just less enjoyable. Doing content full-time also kind of made me a bit of a perfectionist when it came to my own stuff, so the random GoPro clips here and there just weren't cutting it for me. But I've given up on that. I don't really care anymore, and I'm just gonna start filming things because I enjoy them, and I'm not gonna make content to please other people. I'm just gonna post what I want, because then I at least have something to look back on in however many years, and share cool experiences with other people, because I think I'm pretty fortunate that I get to do a lot of cool things, and I don't always get to share all of it. I mean, I might post some photos and whatnot, but I feel like video is just so much better. So about an hour into this now, I'm realizing that I forgot two very important things: coffee grounds, and I also don't have my boots that I was planning on wearing. Luckily I am wearing like hiking boots. This is not the worst. My feet shouldn't get soaked, but it's also 37 degrees, the temperature is dropping, and it's raining. So the temperature has dropped to 35 degrees, and it's now like sleeting, which is less than ideal for camping, but honestly it does make for some good rally. So we have about 50 minutes or so until we get to probably the start of gravel, kind of where I planned our trailhead to be, so we can get to the spot to shoot these cars coming through the rally. As you can see out the window, it's kind of some good scenery, but it's now 32 and snowing, so temperature continues to drop. It's actually supposed to stop snowing and warm up later, which I'm really hoping for, because I don't want to be out cooking in the cold and the wet, and ideally, you know, go to bed wet. So that's what we're hoping for. Something I never understood was how all these gas stations can exist so close to one another. Like, I'm filling up here, and then there's another one there, and another one there. And this is a small town, but it is like the only town that has gas stations for a decent while. But how can so many gas stations be all in the same spot? My neck hurts. I have a bit of a headache. Not a great way to, you know, start this off, but hopefully that improves. I'm sure loud race cars and bad weather won't affect me at all. The weather is improving. It's actually very pretty to have fall colors and snow all mixed in one. The snow's just kind of frosted the trees, which I think is cool. So I really think I made it out from the trailhead now. So time to hit the dirt.
Arrive at Forest Service Road 3340. Arrived.
So one of the other things we got to do here is hop out and drop some tire pressure. Alright, back we go. So we're kind of coming in on the backside of stage 2. All these stages use roads that would otherwise be open to the public, but they're closed obviously for the special event, but that also makes getting to them sometimes difficult. So we're coming in the back here. Hopefully we can find a spot that isn't too crowded with people. They have designated spectating areas, and don't tell the event staff, but I'm not going to the designated areas. rally. We got here 8 quick. There's a time zone change, which I kind of sort of forgot about. So I planned to get here an hour early, and realistically I got here exactly on time. Luckily they were running about 15 minutes late, so we didn't think that the safety car had even gone through yet. And then we hop across to the other side to get set up for photos, and then lo and behold, rally car comes through. So now we left midway through the stage. We're trying to beat the cars up to the next stage here so we can get some photos at stage 4. So one of the cool things about rally, especially here, is that the cars are actually road legal cars, so they have to be able to be plated and registered, because between stages you have to drive on regular roads. So as we're like hauling it to the next stage that we're gonna shoot, we're getting passed by rally cars, which is kind of neat. This is the flashing light in Kenton, and this is where all of the rally directions are based off of this light, because there's usually not any service up here. So we got to the stage late, so they wouldn't let us down to get to the spot that we're going to. I also must have planned the route wrong, because I thought that we weren't going to need the stage road to get to our spectating point, but apparently I was wrong. But we still got some decent panning shots. It worked out okay. But the snow is really coming down now. Everything is quite wet, which is unfortunate. We have a small problem here. Gonna need to spend a couple minutes moving some logs so we can fit. Before you work too hard at clearing obstacles, you should always look at what's ahead on the trail so that you don't then just run into a bigger obstacle 200 feet later. But we'll get it out of here. Well, we can fit through there at least. And a little easier for the next guy. See, I can hear the road. Yeah. That's how close we are. If there's another one up there.
Oh, no, you said it.
Which isn't the end of the world, but literally I can see the road from where the gate is here. So it's just annoying, because that's all the further we need to do to get back onto the road to go back to the spot that we're viewing. But that's how it goes sometimes. Now I'm just gonna do a 300-point turn to turn the Raptor around on a skinny trail. Well, obviously it's dark now. Went to stage 7. Saw a couple cars, and it's getting late. It's 9 o'clock, so we're gonna head and try to find a spot to camp, set up, and still gotta make dinner yet and whatnot. Late start of the next day, some friends met us up there really late. We had to go get some stuff in the morning, and then we decided to skip rallying and just tackle some cool trails. This was the first obstacle that when I saw Jerry go over it in front of me, I assumed that I was going to have some problems. It doesn't really look like much on camera, but I had a strong feeling that I was going to scrape some stuff on the bottom of my truck here. The Raptor is just really big for these trails. So yeah, I was right, and the narrowness of the trails just continued to get worse.
Looks like we got a UTV, a couple UTVs coming down the hill. Copy that.
Also, my tires rub when I turn to the right. So yeah, it sounds terrible, but it's not really all that bad. There are some questionable noises that come from the engine, though. This section here, this looks like a small rock on this side, but there's a big boulder on the opposite side. But I just wanted to show you how tight this trail gets for the Raptor, which is just way wider than everything else that we had brought.
Yeah, I was able to get up to the top speed of that gear like right away, which obviously made the difference.
Overall, super fun weekend with some good people, some awesome trails, and good rallying. I wanted to share just a few of the photos that I had captured. If you want to see more, you can follow me on my Instagram, which is linked in the description.